Hi folks, and welcome to In the Kitchen with Pete. Staying indoors a lot these days, as we all are and as we all should. But it sure gives me a lot of time to be creative, and today I put together a delicious cabbage and vegetable soup. I put a couple ingredients that you may never have used in soups, but I'm telling you, it makes it rich, delicious, unforgettable. Stick with me. Let's get to it. I've got all my ingredients prepped and ready to go. I'm using an 8-quart pot. I've got my heat set to a medium to high, and I'm going to put a tablespoon of olive oil. Now for what's also known as a mirepoix, I'm going to add 1 cup of diced onions, 1 cup of diced carrots, and 1 cup of diced celery. We'll stir this in for about 4 to 5 minutes, and then we'll make a little spot open on the bottom of the pot, add a teaspoon of olive oil, and stir in 3 cloves of garlic that's finely diced. Stir that in for about a minute, and we'll add 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of pepper, and then we'll add an 8-ounce can of corn, 28 ounces of diced tomatoes, and stir in 5 cups of chopped cabbage and 12 cups of broth. It's your choice on the broth you can use, chicken or vegetable. I'm using a tomato and chicken bouillon, commonly used in Mexican recipes, can be found in Latina and Mexican grocery stores. As you've noticed, I haven't added any salt to this soup, and that's because of the high salt content in this bouillon. Here's another great option I use frequently, and they come in chicken and vegetable and beef flavored bouillon. It's a paste. It lasts in the fridge for months. This particular one is organic. It's called Better Than Bouillon, and it's low in sodium. Now here's one of my secret ingredients, 1 cup of Clamato juice. Now let's talk about Clamato juice for a second. It's very popular in Canada. In fact, it would be hard to find a bar or restaurant that doesn't serve up the drink, a Caesar, or also known as a Bloody Caesar. It just has Clamato juice and vodka, some seasonings, and some people top them off with all sorts of toppings. My buddy Andy, let me show you a picture of some of his. Now look how Andy has dazzled his up. Bacon, pepperoni, sausage, shrimp. It's endless. Get creative, make it your own. The Bloody Mary. The flavors are totally different. More tomato juice based, vodka as well, and then some typical salt and pepper and seasonings. I always found it odd. You just go south of the border and down to the US, and you can't find Clamato juice in the bars and restaurants. It's a great drink. This one here actually is seasoned with pickled bean. They have some different flavors. It's outstanding. And said, the old famous Caesar, to cure a hangover. I've been using Clamato juice for years to enhance some of my recipes and soups, red sauces, spaghetti sauces, chilies, and so on. Give it a try. It's a great drink. Let's get back to the recipe. Now after the broth and the Clamato juice has been put into our soup, we'll add 2 bay leaves and we'll bring it to a boil, cover it, lower the temperature, and then let it simmer for about 30 minutes. We want to get that cabbage and vegetables nice and tender. Now here's my next secret ingredient, apple cider vinegar. 1 ounce of it. We have a lot of liquid here, so it's not going to overpower the flavor. It will just help intensify the flavor of the vegetables. Try it. I think you'll like it. We'll let that simmer for another 10 minutes, and then it's time to serve it up. Oh my, doesn't that look tasty? Nice and chunky. There's a lot there. I can share it with my neighbors and family, and it freezes well for months. Oh boy, I think maybe some nice fresh Italian bread with a little butter. Perfect. Well, that doesn't take long at all. And let me throw another idea out there to you. You have somebody who just has to have some meat in their soup. How about chicken? During the last 20 minutes of cooking your soup, you can drop a boneless, skinless piece of chicken. It only takes 10 to 15 minutes to poach it in the liquids. After it's cooked, you take it out, shred it with a couple of forks, back into your soup, and voila, chicken vegetable soup. It's easy. Anyways, I'm going to enjoy this cabbage and vegetable soup just the way it is. Oh, that broth is so rich. Nobody would ever guess at those couple secret ingredients, that apple cider vinegar and Clamato. You'd never pick that off after, but it gives it some rich flavors. You're gonna love it. Well, thanks for coming out and watching In the Kitchen with Pete. Until next time, see ya! Living life the way I do. Well, if you don't love me, baby, please don't pretend you do.